Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's broadcast where the Caston Comets are going to be playing host to the Westville Blackhawks. I'm Blair Zimmerman, joined here at the table by Aubrey Degg. How you doing today, Aubrey?
I'm good. It's a little early. I don't have a mic.
Okay, we'll try this again. How are you today, Aubrey?
I'm good. It's a weird time for a game, but I'm here ready for some good basketball. How are you, Blair?
Oh, I'm doing all right. This midday thing has me messed up as well. We've got Gavin Hickle and camera work today, so if it's good, you let us know. If it's not, we'll include his personal contact information. Oh, wait, no, we're not going to add him like that. All right, so anyway, Comets just played, last night. Haven't had a ton of rest here, and they're coming in against this Westville Blackhawks team. We just watched the JV Comets fall to the JV Blackhawks, and looking at the John Harrell predictions, unfortunately, it may be more of the same. They are predicting a close game, though. 56-48 is John Harrell's prediction, and with a close game or a close prediction like that, it can go either way. Mm-hmm. So, of course, again, Caston just played last night. I thought this had the date on there. Westville was victorious in their last outing, and I'm not sure when that was. So they may or may not have had more rest. They do have a first-year coach, I noticed. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. And coming off of that victory, they have a victory, we have a loss. That can change the attitude of the game too.
Absolutely, it'll do one of two things. It can make a team cocky, mm-hmm. and then the team who's coming into it off of a defeat, it's either going to make them determined or they're going to drop their heads, so to speak. And that's one thing that Coach Davis talked about last night, getting in the right mind frame and just being ready to go today. So hopefully they're able to do that. The guys out there warming up, they look like they're in good spirits and look like they're ready to compete.
Hopefully it'll be a good game tonight. They're supposed to lose, but, that can go either way. We've already said that. And, watching the JV game, they played hard throughout that game.
They did.
But they also came off of a victory. Were they victorious last night, JV?
Yes, they were.
They were.
I don't have that JV score written down, and John Harrell, unfortunately, doesn't track that either. But I seem to recall it was a fairly commanding victory.
Yeah, it was.
So.
They worked hard for that, and they worked hard to get it into a 4-point game like they did tonight.
We're plugged in that power strip. There's a third outlet right underneath you. All right. Well, sorry, I had some technical difficulty over here. Well, 8:38 until tip-off, and we'll get this underway. I was noticing on the roster, they definitely appear to have the height advantage there. They have one player 5'6", they have 5'10", and then everybody else is 6 foot and north. We're looking at our roster. We've only got a few people 6 foot or taller. And
I'm also noticing they have 6 seniors.
Yeah, I had noticed that too.
They've got some experience here on the court. We only have 2 seniors this year.
Right. They have 6 seniors. They have 3 juniors and then 3 sophomores.
So that's a lot of upperclassmen that have so far just had varsity experience. Right. And that could weigh against us in there because we also have a lot of freshmen that have been getting some playing time too.
Right. Which, that's got its pros and cons. They don't have that experience so much. By this point in the season, they've gained a lot. But with the returning players we have, for them to be getting varsity floor time, that means that they're proving themselves over and over in practice and on the JV court. And so what they're lacking in experience, they're bringing in skill. And we've seen that. We've seen Cade Zider able to sink those high-pressure threes. We've seen Joey Spin out there behind the back crossover spin move and beat out a varsity presser. And So we're going to need to see more of the same here today if they want a chance at that win.
You know, each player brings a different tactic to the game. I mean, they all have their own specialty that we've seen, and hopefully they can all just like bring that together tonight.
Right, that's kind of what we've seen is that one player brings it strong, and then somebody else just isn't quite there at that moment. Last night, for instance, actually I still have last night's stat sheet on here. Mike Rands. Mike Rands, who has been instrumental in the program this season, and he was 0 for 5 from the floor last night. And that's just not something that we're not used to seeing that out of Mike this season. And so that by itself, I mean, they had a pretty big 27-point loss last night. But if Mike would have hit those, that by itself was 11 points that we could have chipped off of there.
Yeah.
Shane Lobb was in pretty good form last night, only missing he had one 3-point attempt he missed, and then missed 2 of them from 2-point territory. And other than that, there weren't a lot of misses. Luke Lau had a couple of 3-point misses, and other than that, it was, one here, one there. It wasn't like there was any one shooter who was just way off. Of course, the issue last night was just opportunity.
Yeah,
there were a lot of turnovers last night, and
the defense, I mean, they were not slacking off on it
absolutely.
at all.
There was that tight man-to-man defense.
They were always on us.
Right. In fact, I don't think that they dropped into a zone at all last night, or if they did, it was very little.
It was very short, yeah.
And but why would you? When you find a defense that works, why would you say, "Oh, well, I should be a sport.
Yeah.
Why I need to be sporting here and shit"? No, I mean, there's a difference between staying in a full court press the whole game, which is kind of not sporting if you've got a double-digit lead.
If you have a huge lead,
but that doesn't mean that you don't run man-to-man at the other end and just make the opposition fight for every point they get. So,
but with a team like them, I mean, when you're that good, you can't just slack off because you don't get any better and you don't learn anything from it. And then it helps us learn because we get used to that after a while. I mean, if teams continue to push us, we just have to adapt and overcome to what they're putting on us.
Absolutely. And, to what you just said about not slacking off just because you have a huge lead, that's something Pioneer football. It didn't matter that they won by the margins that they won if they didn't continue pressing that to continue getting better, and then going on to, I think it was the first shutout in state championship history. I mean, that was massive.
Huge.
So,
but that all came through them being competitive no matter what. I mean, whether you're winning or losing, you just always have to give 100% because you won't be able to get that time back that you weren't trying hard.
Absolutely. And, all it takes is, it's just like we talked about with today's projections. It's projected to be a 6-point game. Those 6 points can honestly fall either direction. A starter out of it in the first half because they came down on a knee or an ankle wrong, or you can't take anything for granted, and so you can't slack off and say, the kind of the tortoise and the hare thing where the rabbit decided to take a nap, and next thing you know, he can't make up that lead that there's a hurdle built up. Same kind of thing. You can't say, "Oh, it'll be fine," and then you lose one of your key players in the second half to an injury or something.
Yeah. But not only injury. I mean, we've seen in the past where we've had some Comets pick up a lot of fouls in the first half. Last night's game, it was a pretty clean game, but we've seen games where Shane Lobb's picked up.
Well, Shane Lobb picked up 4 fouls in the third quarter last night.
And then he had to sit, and that would hurt the team because, I mean, as a starter, as a key player making points,
right,
to get suddenly taken out of the game, that changes the whole groove of everything.
It does, because now even when you're not shooting, you have teammates who don't have you for a pick. You have
Yeah.
teammates who don't have you for a pass. And so it changes. Now, it goes back to what you said before about every player needs to be able to play to a degree every position. But there are people who are better in this position or this position than others, and that's where they usually are. So, well, about 90 seconds until tip-off. We're going to step away for a word from our sponsors before we get underway. Stay tuned. You're watching Caston Comets Basketball on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. About 30 seconds to tip off. We'll be muting here. Wait, nope. Kagan Slocum singing the national anthem for us. We get to stay on the air. So we'll have Kagan Slocum sing the national anthem, and then we'll have some starting lineups.
Everyone will please rise and all hats be removed as Kagan Slocum comes to sing our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam? But stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets rent the air, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All righty, nicely done, Kagan.
Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Caston High School for varsity basketball, featuring the visitors, the Westville Blackhawks, and the home team, your Caston Comets. Let's meet the starters. First for the Blackhawks from Westville High School. Number 1, Preston Lake.
We got number 1, Preston Lake.
Number 12, Jace Woods.
Number 12, Jace Woods.
Number 23,
Number 23, Josh DeChantel.
Number 30, Laquan Wilson.
Number 30, Laquan Wilson.
32, Elliot Bogart.
And number 32, Elliot Bogart.
The Westville Blackhawks. He originally hails from Logansport, Drew Eubank.
Oh, wow, Coach Eubanks, originally from Logansport.
Now let's meet the starters. for
Wonder when he
your
graduated. I
Caston
might have gone to school with him.
Comets.
Maybe. Such a big school, you don't really know everybody.
He's 6 foot and he's a junior, Luke Lau.
And then we've got number 4, Luke Lau.
At a guard, he's 5'11" and a sophomore, Cam Klein.
Number 12, Cam Klein.
At a guard, he's 22, he's 5'11" and a sophomore.
Number 22, Jesse Rock Wolf.
is number 13. He's
Number 13, Hunter Shanelob.
Hunter Shanelob. He's number 33. He's
And number 33, Mike Rands.
Rands. Head coach of the Comets, Mr. Carl Davis.
Just listening to Mr. King do the announcing here, it strikes me, you mentioned we've only got the 2 seniors. And a lot of our key players, and it's not to say that Mark and Levi haven't pulled their weight on the floor. I'm not saying that at all. It's exciting, though, that our key players are, several of them are juniors.
Yes.
And so I'm excited to see when they're in their 3rd year with Coach Davis.
It offers us a lot of potential for the future.
Yeah. I really feel like the program is coming together well, and I just look forward to see with this kind of camaraderie that they're building, how it moves forward in the future.
Well, looking at the court right now, it looks like Hunter is at the height disadvantage, but we get it anyway. That's the first tip we've gotten
in the last
for
several
a
games.
while.
Yeah. Rock Wolf back to Klein. We're going to send it over to Lau. I thought Lau was going to fire from the volleyball line there. And that shot attempt there by Rock Wolf just got shut down. Again, the Comets are really going to have to watch out for the height disadvantage here, because most of them are up against somebody with several inches on them. First foul of the game there goes to Luke Lau, and he's going to send Jace Woods to the line for 2. First shot kind of goes in and out. Second shot up, and it's in. We have a lane violation there?
Lane violation on the Blackhawks.
Hey, at least he didn't face plant like in that one video going around YouTube. Or Facebook, rather. Cam Klein in the center ring.
This game is already much different than last night's game we saw. I mean, they are right now in a zone. I mean, it's a hard zone, but they're still only in a zone. And last night we were being forced with
it was
a tough man-to-man.
Mike Rands.
We got the first points on the board. This can be a good game.
It absolutely, the height advantage aside, the predictions aside, the guys are coming out and they look like they're
ready to win this game.
Yeah, they're determined. Yeah, they haven't dropped their head off that loss last night. 3-point attempt there. Wow, nothing but net there for DeChantel. Cross-court pass to Luke Lau. We're going to send it back to the top of the key to Cam Klein. Up at the free throw line to Rands. Bow got that pass stripped. He dishes it out to Rockwolf. Klein for
Good
three. Oh, just a little off the mark there.
Shanelob just missing that rebound. It went right over his fingertips. He just shot that right over Luke Lau.
Wow.
Luke was on him tight. He just shot right over him.
So this is we're starting to see though one of the same defensive issues that we had last night against LaVille, though, that Rands for two. They're obviously, if you give an open lane, just about anybody can make a layup. Even I can make a layup every now and again. Not great, but these guys, we've got at least two outside shooters on the floor, and there's another three. A little off the mark there, but that was on target there for Lake.
Another three.
And that one was drained. That's two. Oh, no, that's Jace Woods. So we've got 4 out of 5 guys out there who aren't afraid to pull up at the three-point line. So you can't leave an open lane. You've got to be able to defend them out of the line. You almost need 10 guys on defense for that. Luke Lau for 3. Keeping it within a 2-point game.
So far, both teams have shot a pretty high percentage so far.
Yeah.
There's another 3. They're definitely comfortable shooting from the three-point line.
Absolutely. And no disappointment there on his face. He didn't drop his head, didn't just backed up. He missed the shot. Doesn't matter. Going to do it again. So The Comets could definitely have their work cut out for them here trying to defend that outside shot.
I mean, so far we've just traded baskets. We go back and forth several times.
Nicely
the
done
bank is
there
open
by.
there for Mike Rance.
Did you see how much arc he had on that? He hit above the target square in the back glass to get that to drop in the way they needed to. He was just right on the money. Comets extending that zone out, and they're getting double coverage on at the three-point line. So they just have to be cautious to not get outmaneuvered just like that. Jace Woods there from well behind the three-point line, and the net barely moving.
So that's his third three?
That's his second make, third attempt. But it's already the fourth three that they've drained.
I mean, that's going to help them a lot if they can keep that percentage up and at the rate they've been making them.
Absolutely. Only 2 misses, actually, from three-point territory for the Blackhawks.
I'm surprised they have not called a foul in there for Mike Rance yet. I mean, they're really getting their hands in there, trying to make the steals.
Nice pass there. Rance going up for it, putting 2 more on the board.
Way to just lean into it. I mean, he went straight into him.
You know, and Rance last night wasn't – we're going to have a foul called there on Cam Klein. That'll be his first. Team second. Half of the first quarter gone, though, and those are the only 2 fouls on the board. But Rance wasn't – his shots last night weren't terrible looks.
No.
They just didn't fall for him. And today he's – obviously, you know he hasn't spent a lot of time practicing. He's just here. He's fresh, and he's ready to make amends and determined. 1-point game right now.
Oh,
wow.
my goodness.
Jace Woods from downtown.
That was just such a far three. And, you know, how do you defend that?
Yeah,
Because
that's not a percentage shot. Why would you even send a defender out against that? You never would.
so
Clear
far.
to the corner to Luke Lau, and he answers
Number
another
three.
1 point ball game
It's
here.
still a really close game. I mean, again, we're just trading baskets back and forth. Someone makes a three and we make a three. I mean, it's gone back and forth. But what I've noticed with the Blackhawks is they pull it in and they try and dribble in, but then they try and kick it out to Woods for a three.
Just like that. That was number 23, DeChantel. I mean, this is when you have to defend inside and outside. Honestly, I feel like we're going to have to switch it to man-to-man defense in order to effectively do anything against this. And that's just not something we usually do. So I don't know if the Comets are prepared to do that or not.
We have Shane Lobb going up.
Oh, Shane Lobb not quite getting that, but he got his own rebound. And calling it out of bounds off of Westville.
Shane Lobb just turned that back around and hit Westville, actually. You know, I've always tried to do that, but I can never turn my head and throw the ball at the same time.
Ooh, and picked off there. And there's 2 points there for Jace Wood. Just goes coast to coast with it. Cam Klein kicking it back to Lau. Gonna send it. Ooh, tries to send it to Rands. He bobbles it. And then we've had a kick called. Wow.
He just tried to bring it in with his feet and just bring it back to him. I mean,
well, it was a good theory. Just didn't work that way. Yeah, no pressure at all on this inbound.
No.
They are sticking hard to that zone.
They haven't pressed, which is different than what we see from the other night.
Right.
And that's the part that was the hardest for us, is getting through the press and then setting it up to get open looks.
Right. I thought Lau was going for that three. We got Rands off the bottom of the backboard. Still can't quite make it.
He's really getting in there today. I mean, he's pushing through them, trying to get
There's
those
another
layups.
Three from the volleyball line, Aubrey. Woods is now 4 for 5, and 2 of those threes were clear back at the volleyball line.
I mean, again, how do you guard
and we're going to
that?
have a foul called there on Woods, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, foul on Woods. That'll be his first, team first.
if we can get more fouls on him, that would help us a lot. I mean,
we absolutely
his threes are crazy.
Caston absolutely needs Jace Woods in foul trouble, because otherwise he's shot trouble for them. We're going to have a foul called here on number 20, I think, Carlin Young.
But there's also several other players on their team that
Right.
have also hit the three so far.
DeChantel has hit 2. Wilson's hit 1. Lake pulled up a good-looking 3. It was just a little off the mark. Sending it to the elbow. 40 seconds. I guess I need to look at the clock. I can see 40 seconds left in the first. Wow! And who was that? Is that number 30?
Pulling it out for another 3.
There's Preston Lake, 4-3 again. That and Laquan Wilson, he got in there and just intercepted that pass like it was meant for him. Brummett up to Klein. Sending it to
Rand's still working in
wow.
there. Oh, that was
just
a
little
good
off the
pull-up.
mark. Rand's now on a 3-shot drought.
Rand's getting that rebound. Just didn't have enough time there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step away for a word from our sponsors. Stay tuned for more Comets basketball on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Going into the second quarter here, Westville 26, Caston 14, and Aubrey, when did the lead get that large?
When they hit like 5 threes in a row.
That'll do it. Yeah, first quarter here, Jace Woods, 4 for 5 from three-point land, and he's back on the floor right now to start the second.
We only have 2 fouls on the board. That's pretty good for us so far.
4 fouls total in the first quarter. Really impressed with how clean the game's being played, but part of that is both teams setting up a zone defense. Westville running the ball around the outside. And once again, when they're starters, they had 4 for 5 were proven three-point shooters. There's another three. Just off the back of the rim there for Josh DeChantel. That's his first three-point miss of the game.
That was a pretty hard hit.
He just didn't quite have enough arc on that, I don't think. He had the power to send it with an arc, and it was just a little flat. Cade Zider's out there.
Cade Zider, yeah. I just noticed he went in. I didn't even
and
realize
we've got
he checked in.
Levi Lau. So, Lau and Lau, that's, 40% of the names we have to say, it's all Lau. Cam Klein for 3. In and out. And out of bounds off of
the Blackhawks.
Klein's had 2 good three-point looks, and they both rattled around and popped out.
And usually Klein is a good three-point shooter. It's just whether he can get the right look he needs.
Shane Laub going up for 2, draws the foul. Foul is on number 20, Carlin Young, his second, team third. And we'll have Shane Laub at the line for 2.
Shane Laub at the line for 2 shots.
Aubrey, I think this is the first free throw that I've had to mark as a miss for Shane Laub in 3 games.
He's so far had a really good free throw percentage. I mean, everyone else has missed a few, but he's always the person that would come back and hold true.
I don't have his season effective free throw average, but I would be willing to bet it's got to be over 85%, possibly over 90.
Yeah. But I know for a while there, the boys worked really hard on their free throws in the mornings.
And we've got a drive in there by DeChantel. He puts in 2. Oh, yeah. When I'm in here for morning weights, it's every Friday. Every Friday morning, the guys are in here running plays or working on free throws. Bad pass there to Luke Lau, goes out of bounds.
Levi.
Thank you. And Comets timeout. We're going to step away for this word. You're watching Comets basketball on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, finishing up that 30-second timeout. Westville 28, Caston 15. Westville just slowly stretching that lead out a little further.
You know, I feel like this could be such a close game if we could just shut down number 12. I mean, his threes are crazy. He shoots over anyone. I've seen him shoot over Lau several times so far.
And there's DeChantel driving hard to the basket again. That's the thing, though. This is a team of shooters. It's not just, shut down number 12. It's not just shut down number 1 or number 23. And
right off of Shane Lobb's foot.
And we had
a foul on Lau.
Foul is on Cam Klein, his second.
That
was Laquan Wilson going coast to coast, drawing the foul there. He'll go to the line for 2.
Do you suppose that with all this height, at least one of them can dunk?
I'm going to guess so. Ball rattles around and drops for Wilson because DeChantel was just a couple inches low for dunking that last layup. So I would not be surprised at all to see a dunk before the end of the night or afternoon. And just like that, 2 for 2. Lau across midcourt. Starting to see this zone extend a little bit. Back up to Lau at the volleyball line. He's going to kick it to the corner to Zyder for 3.
And it's good.
20, Zyder for a 3.
Zyder's shots are always just so light.
They are.
You know, I've always noticed it looks like it's not going to make it there, but it usually
It's
always
kind of
does.
like Shane Lobb's shots from the free throw line. And there's 2 more for DeChantel.
That was a hard drive. He was determined to get there.
Yeah. Well, he's a big guy. He's just physically.
Oh.
Shane Lobb for 2 off the mark.
Well, we have Mark Smith in for the comments.
And there's Woods off the mark for 2.
There's a foul on 32.
32, Elliot Bogart. His first, team fourth. DeChantel, 6'4", and that guy is as broad as any of our football players.
Oh, yeah.
Gavin's over here trying to be offended, and Gav, dude, sorry, he's bigger than you in all dimensions.
It's okay, Gavin. Me too.
All right, floating that down to the post.
Another
and then
3.
Out.
That one was a little harder out there.
And nice moves there by Wilson.
That
just
was
kind of
smooth. Just
faked one way, went the
weaving
other
in
way,
there.
and
that's another turnover for the Comets.
The Comets are going to have to get these turnovers under control.
Oh, in and out. There's a foul there on
Who's that? Is that 23?
23.
DeChantel. His first.
We have Jesse Rockwolf in for the Comets.
But first quarter, Caston was really close to Westville in turnovers, and now all of a sudden they've got 5 to Westville's 1.
Westville's been very patient with the ball. I mean, they've made good passes. And I also feel like our defense isn't as aggressive as their defense is more aggressive than ours. Oh, that was a mess up the passes there.
Right, and
but that should get another turnover for us. I mean, we get it going, and then we get it going too fast.
Yeah. That's where we were talking about last night, slowing it down to your tempo. It's not that the Comets need to play slow basketball. They just need to slow down their passes. And we've got a foul here on Cade Zyder. And we're going to send DeChantel back to the line. Well, I said back to. I guess this is his first visit to the line.
And it's good. They've also proven to be pretty good from the free throw line. I mean,
well, and that's the thing is that this is a team. And it's not that they have a couple of outside shooters and a couple of inside shooters. They shoot from everywhere. Yeah.
Free throw shooters.
DeChantel there, he's got 3 makes, the layups. He's got 2 threes, and he just drained 2 free throws. He's dangerous from anywhere on the floor. You've got Josh Woods, 4 for 6 from 3-point territory. He's made one of his 2 2-point drives.
Oh.
And Rand's there getting hatcheted.
Picked off of that.
Well, that looked like there was a lot of hands involved.
There was a lot of arms in there.
That probably should have been a foul. You don't get all the calls, unfortunately. DeChantel out here. He's going to send it across. And we got Wilson driving in. Back out to DeChantel. He's going to put up for 3. Just off the mark.
Shane Love with the rebound. We've rebounded a lot better so far in this game.
Yeah,
than
these last couple of games, we've gotten better on the rebound.
There's a foul.
Foul there on number 44. Yep. Chris Sherwood.
Team 6.
We might actually see somebody get put into single bonus before halftime. 2:43 left in the half. Westville stretched out to a 20-point lead, based primarily off those threes. Rockwolf drives in just a little bit. He's going to send it over to Shane Laub. Out to Rockwolf for 3.
For 3.
Oh, just a little off the mark there.
Oh.
I don't understand the reason for a pass like that.
It was wide open. He would have had a wide open layup. I mean, this side of the floor, there was nobody. All the comments were.
But the thing is, though, that's the kind of hurry-up play that you usually see at the end of a quarter, not with 2 minutes left. There was no reason to do a rushed, hard pass like that that's going to be more likely to go through somebody's hand. Now, if that would have connected and he would have gone in and dunked it, would have been awesome. Well, yeah, sure.
We could have been setting him up for some awesome dunk play.
Out to Lau for 3. Just a little off the mark there.
Rand's just saving that ball.
Getting it over to Rockwolf. He's going to send it back up to Lau, the volleyball line, over to Brummett, back to Lau.
Oh, I thought he was going to take that long 3. Now that could have been a foul there, too.
Rockwolf driving baseline out to Brummett for 3.
Oh, just flat. That's a foul on Shane Love. That was a hammer. Brummett's 3. I mean, it was a good look. It was a good shot.
Yeah.
It was just a little flat.
These last 3, 4, 5. These last 5 missed 3-pointers have been close.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the rim and just roll the wrong way, kind of close. Woods across midcourt. I thought he was going to pull it up there under double coverage. DeChantel. And calling a charge on DeChantel. That'll be his second.
DeChantel is second. Team 7.
Cameron Klein in for the lineup.
32 Bogart back in. 12 Klein.
And we've got number 32, Elliot Bogart, back in for the Blackhawks. Wow, to Klein over to Shane Laub in the left corner. Back to Klein in the left corner. Shane Laub at the left post and puts it in for 2. That's actually his first make from the post today.
Really?
Yeah, but it's only his 3rd attempt. they've just
He's been dishing it into Rands a lot. That's what I've noticed, is Rand's been getting a lot of the post shots.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Rand's on a 4-shot drought right now. Blackhawks passing the ball around, looking to open up a lane. They got it.
That was a
Down to Elliot
beautiful
Bogart
pass
for
down
2.
there.
And I believe he'll be going to the line for extra shot.
Fouls on 13, Shane Law. His second.
Fouls on Shane Law. We've now got 2 of our key players with 2 fouls. 23.5 seconds left in the half.
Blackhawks pulling back their defense, not needing to rush a foul in there. I mean,
Yeah.
they're allowing us to get the ball in and just set up the offense we need. Leaving Lau wide open.
And just a little hard on that shot. Rands with that rebound.
Oh, just getting picked off. But then turning it back over for us with 2.8 seconds left in the game.
Into Shane Lau, back to Rands.
Oh,
He tries to put it
just
up and got
missed.
stuffed right at the buzzer. Well, as we go into the locker room for halftime, Blackhawks 40, Caston 20. I'm going to run some stats while we run some commercials. We'll be back after these words. Stay tuned to Comets Basketball on RTC TV4.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Nutrien Ag Solutions is the world's largest ag input retailer, offering all of your crop input needs. Stop by our location just east of downtown Fulton or give us a call anytime. Online at nutrienagsolutions.com. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. Please support our local sponsors. Summit Contractor Supply is the area's leading supplier of tools, parts, products, and services to commercial and industrial contractors throughout northern Indiana and southern Michigan. Offering Milwaukee Electric Tools, DeWalt Power Tools, Metabo Power Tools, and more, Summit has the blades, bits, fasteners, and anchors to get the job done right. Summit is also a factory-authorized service and repair center. Contact Summit for all of your contractor supply needs.
This is old you. And this is now you. Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, and now you can stop knocking on wood.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com.
Smith Farm Stores has everything you need for your home and your farm, both inside and out. We are your local Steel, Skag, and Simplicity dealer, offering a full-service center with a certified technician on site. Smith Farm Stores offers a wide variety of household appliances, including top-brand refrigerators, washing machines, and dryers. We are also a full-service paint center, offering on-site color matching and more. Stop by today or check us out online. Smith Farm Stores, everything you need and more.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate your patience there. And I've got the numbers crunched. Actually, Aubrey, it wasn't very difficult crunching numbers this time. There weren't a lot of shots in that first half. And it comes down to shot percentage here. Caston 3 for 11 from three-point territory. 5 for 12 inside the arc. 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And then put 6 fouls on the board. Westville, 8 for 13, three-point territory.
Wow. I mean, and
6 for 8 inside the arc, 4 for 6 from the line. So this is a team we can't send to the line. Now, they did incur 7 fouls to our 6. The problem is they were smart with their fouls.
yes. Yeah.
They had 1 shooting foul against Shane Lobb, and then that was it. And it's just amazing, though, that the distributions are so close. We have 2 guys with 2 fouls. They have 2 guys with 2 fouls. But they forced a lot of turnovers.
Yeah.
Caston with 14 turnovers unofficially, Westville with 9. So those numbers all put together, Westville 40, Caston 20 at the half. And Caston's really, we've just got to pick up that shot percentage.
Yeah.
That's 24 missed points from three-point territory, and that's 14 missed points inside the arc.
And that's the difference in the game. I mean, it's been a low-scoring game, as in, like, shots put up, but Westville's just made their baskets. They're making majority of the shots they put up. And if they don't make them, then usually they're there to fight for the rebound. They don't fade away.
Yeah, they've not given up a ton of rebounds. And those few misses they've had, they've not let it affect their gameplay at all. They've just gone back in it, gotten back to work, And, in the first quarter there for a long stretch, it was a 1-point game. And then we went into halftime with a 20-point deficit.
And in the first half, Rands was really helpful in keeping that a close game.
He was, and then all of a sudden he went 4 for 4 early in the game, and then went 0 for 4 there in the second quarter. Well, and then 0 for 5 if you count that buzzer beater that he attempted. And once again, too many of the Comet shooters have discounted the extra 4 inches that the defense has on them. And we've seen Shane Lobb stuffed. We've seen Luke Lau stuffed. We've seen Mike Rand stuffed. They're not going to get any easy points here today.
No, everything, and that's the thing is a lot of our points are going to have to come from the three-point line because Luke Lau had a wide-open 3 here at the end of the fourth. Wow, I'm jumping ahead.
No.
At the end of the second, and, I mean, he was wide open. They weren't coming out, and so that's where they're giving us shots at.
Right.
They aren't letting us drive, and that's what most of us want to do. Is they go in there hoping for an open layup.
And when you look at the Lions' share of our points game after game are from Rands and Shane Lobb, and they're from the elbows and the posts.
Yes, yeah.
And the Blackhawks have shut those down.
That's the
so now we have
I
to drop
ran
back
into
outside.
As the girls' basketball team, I mean, we relied so heavily on the post that when that was taken away, we had to try and make shots from places we weren't accustomed from shooting. And so we had to work around that. And I think the Comets can do that because they have a lot of potential. I know Zyder can shoot. Rockwolf has a really good shot, too, when he can get them to fall.
And again, I don't think we've seen a single airballed three-pointer here today.
No.
They've all been off the back of the rim or off the front of the rim, within a half inch, within a quarter inch of dropping. So it's not that we don't have the capacity for those outside shots.
Yeah.
Klein's another outside shooter that just hasn't been able to. He's 0 for 2 right here.
And I haven't really seen Lau doesn't put up very many shots very often.
Right. He usually. They're going to call that a foul, which is good for Klein because it was going to be travel otherwise. They're putting that on number 30. That's Laquan Wilson, his first.
Team first. Cam Klein at the line, 2 shots.
Let's see what Klein can do here for our free throw average. That looks good. We'll take it. Second shot up and good.
Just bounces right back in.
Always got to worry about those ones that go flat across the top of the rim.
Looks like the Comets have pulled it into a man-to-man. Most of the time they've been in a zone. They're going to have to watch number 12
absolutely.
really hard. That's
and they're going to call a
charge.
charge there on Jace Woods. That'll be his second foul.
He just went right into Cameron Klein, dumping that shoulder down and just driving.
Klein is really good at drawing the charge, too.
Yeah.
We've seen him do that a lot. And it really takes a special mindset to keep those feet planted because naturally you want to stop yourself from falling.
And that can be good and bad. I mean, he's gotten a lot of charges from it. But there's also several times that you can actually take yourself out of the game.
Right.
Because, I mean, if you fall
if
and
you
they
don't
get the ball, then...
If you don't get that charge, you're sliding on your butt and not able to do anything for the team.
And then it's suddenly a 5-on-4 game.
Right.
And you're back and behind.
Lau meeting Woods at the volleyball line. Going to send it over and down baseline. Back out to the three-point arc, and Blake going to take it, and it's good. Blake 2 for 3 from the three-point line right now. Once again, the Comets cannot assume that any of these Blackhawks can be left open at the three-point arc.
I mean, they've proven themselves multiple times that they can shoot. I mean, we can't just...
I've got three-point stats running here on 4 of the Blackhawks. 3 of them shot after shot after shot. Rand's at the post. He's going to go up with it, draw the foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
It looked like he thought about it for a little bit. I thought he was going to pass it back out, honestly. thought he was like looking for the 3, but he went up strong and got the foul. Hopefully he can hit these shots.
Absolutely. 2 points are 2 points. It doesn't matter where they come from. Just a little off the mark there, though. Levi Lau coming in. He's going to give Rockwolf a break. Rand's off the backboard.
Shane Love getting his hand on it, but he hit it back and giving them a layup. I mean, if he would have just grabbed that, this would have been a completely different game. I'm not saying that we're going to be in it, but they could still be playing and running their offense, and they wouldn't be 2 points up.
Nice. No-look pass to the post.
Pass. Rand's just dumping it right down to Shane Love.
Ooh. Rand's lucky he didn't pick up a foul on that.
Forcing them to turn it over. And they've brought up and started to press. I mean, they're bringing in
They're going to have to pressure
defense.
this Blackhawks offense. And they've got to be fast enough to stay with them because these are athletic guys. That's exactly what Coach Davis said last night. It's an athletic team. You're not going to just wear them down. You can't. You're not going to worry them by making them shoot from the outside. Rand's a little off the mark on that too.
Oh, right off the back of the backboard.
Well done there, Hunter Shanelob managed to cleanly shut down Laquan Wilson.
Oh,
and then gets the ball stripped right out of his hands. I think that's the third time we've seen that between last night and today.
I think Shane Love was kind of in a bad spot there, though.
Well, Blackhawks timeout. We're going to step away for a word from our sponsors. Stay tuned to Comets Basketball on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. About 2/3 through this full timeout here. Westville 45, Caston 24. We've managed to only let them tack 1 point onto their lead here in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. But obviously, we're going to have to be more aggressive than that and continue to chip at it if the Comets want a hope here in the next 13 minutes of play. Woods with the ball.
Throughout this second half, we're going to have to really just watch the three-point line and our fouls. Another timeout.
Blackhawks calling another timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching RTC TV4.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Nutrien Ag Solutions is the world's largest ag input retailer, offering all of your crop input needs. Stop by our location just east of downtown Fulton or give us a call anytime. Online at nutrienagsolutions.com. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. Please support our local sponsors.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And 3 points just as we come back off the mark there. It's one of the few misses by Jace Woods here. And Cam Klein picking up his third foul down there into the basket, scrambling for that rebound. Wow, just floated that pass into DeChantel, who, did you see that?
His feet didn't even hit the floor.
He was
grabbed
off the ground and
then
then shot it.
Oh,
Rans
hard
at the
pass in
shoulder.
there.
Oof. Wow. Wow. Josh DeChantel and Hunter Shainlaub getting awful frustrated. DeChantel got wrapped up with Shainlaub. And
wow. Just a little bit of hostility just broke out. I mean, I didn't think it was that hard of a game until, I mean, that broke out. Then again, you don't know what happened
when
they hit the ground. There's so many things that people don't see from the stands.
We've had
people say things, players saying things, edging on each other. I mean, it just.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, Gavin talked during a couple of the girls' games about the things that happen in the bottom of a dog pile. And, you know, what doesn't get seen doesn't really happen.
Oh, yeah. Things
Preston Lake driving in for 2. And picking up the foul there off of Luke Lau. Lau second. Lake will be at the line for an and one attempt. And
just bouncing in there.
You know, I'm always impressed with those people that can hit the front of the rim really hard and get it to just kind of roll over without just flying straight back at them.
You know, I don't really think that's purposeful.
Well, probably not, but it always kind of looks.
I mean, there's a three-point attempt for Cameron Klein. Just out. Ooh, surprised that was not a foul on Rands. Hunter Shainlaub almost passing Rands into trouble there. I mean, he was under, like, triple coverage. He was trying to push that ball into him.
All right, there's Bogart driving in. What? I don't know, kind of just flipped it up over his shoulder and went straight to Hunter Shainlaub.
It was a mercy pass. Gotta pray it goes to someone.
Rands back out to Levi Lau. And way too much power on that.
I thought that went out on Cameron. Hunter.
I was sure that went out off of the Comets' feet.
I mean, 2 of them, it kind of got mixed up in their feet. But again, I mean, we'll take it.
Ooh. But then a bad inbound pass. Oh, no.
Whoa, Mark
Smith out of nowhere.
Right off the ground.
Right out of nowhere.
I thought Rance was going down for that jump ball there.
I thought we were tied up getting ready to jump ball. You know, I don't think we've had a jump ball called this whole game.
Oh, wow, that was a long 3. Long 3, and it would have been a long rebound, too.
I can't believe the places that these Blackhawks are shooting from on the floor.
Oh, that's crazy. And their percentages from those places is
right. That's
too.
Where it is. I mean, yeah, you can see people take throwaway threes all day long, but for these guys, they're not throwaway.
I mean, they're like legit shots, and they're making them.
Yeah.
For the Comets, though, I mean, we don't have anyone that can shoot from that far.
Well, turnover their Comets in the hands of Carlin Young. Kicking it over to Lake. Passing around and in the hands of Laquan Wilson. Wilson to Sherwood.
So far, I mean,
there's another one of those long threes. Now, it was off the back of the rim, but.
And they coming up with the rebound.
Basket by Wilson.
Those passes into the elbow, they're having to thread the needle with those. Brummett for 3, just a little off the mark again.
Foul on Cameron Klein. That's his 4th. So far, his last 2 or 3 fouls have honestly been real fouls too. I mean, he's just going for rebounds and being aggressive like a basketball player should. I mean, he just gets caught up in it.
When you play hard, you're going to draw those rebounds. Or those rebounds.
Fouls.
Well, that too. You're going to draw those fouls. But you have to be careful too, because we've got just under 90 seconds left in the third, and now Cam Klein's sitting on 4 fouls. And no matter what his shot percentage has been today specifically, we need the energy out there on the floor that Cam Klein is bringing to the game.
Yeah, I mean, he's been really aggressive. He's been in the way of a lot of their passes, and
Right.
he's been drawing a lot of fouls out of them too.
He's quick, and that lets him get to where he needs to be to disrupt the offense, even if it's just a little bit.
Oh.
Nice stuff there by Shane Lobb there. Laquan Wilson trying to go up for a 2.
Brummett with that rebound. He was quick to get there too. I mean, he was like almost on the other side there. And
Rockwolf for 3, and it's good.
Good.
3-point basket for Jesse Rockwell.
You know, I never noticed it before, but Rockwolf went for that rebound, to his own rebound. He was quick to get it off and go
then
down
follow.
just
Yeah,
in
he
case.
follows,
he followed up
he follows
very
the ball
quickly.
in.
And that's very rare with a lot of players. Once they shoot, that's their shot.
Right.
But, I mean, he followed up.
You know, the Blackhawks this quarter have really picked up these turnovers where they're throwing away some of these passes. They're getting a little less cautious. Of course, again, they've still got a 21-point lead. It's a lot easier to be a little sloppy when you've got that lead.
The Comets have sped up. Whoa, that's a high.
Shane Lobb going for 3 at the buzzer. Doesn't quite get it.
Arch on that shot.
Well, we've got fourth quarter action when we come back. Stay tuned. You're watching RTC TV4.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready to pick up in the fourth quarter right now. Westville Blackhawks 52, Caston Comets 31. You can still see up on the board there Cam Klein's fourth foul. He's going to have to, obviously he's not starting this fourth quarter here for us. And when he gets out there, he's going to have to play cleanly or he won't be playing long.
So far, this is a bigger gap than what the prediction was, but they didn't score as much in the third as they had throughout the entire game.
No,
the Comets definitely outscored them in the third.
Comets also just barely coming out of the advantage on turnovers in the third as well. Comets back to a man-to-man type coverage.
Both teams speeding
and kicking it out
up.
to an open three-point shooter and Alec Hannon. He was off the mark.
I think that's the first air ball we've seen so far. I mean, granted, it was over the net and not under it, but that was the farthest off shot we've probably seen so far other than the last-minute buzzer beaters.
Yeah. Comets taking advantage of that that zone defense to kind of just roll a pass in front of Lau there on the other side of the timeline. Rand's driving in. Basket's going to be good. He's going to go to the line for and one. Foul is on number 42, Andrew Schmidt. His first, team sixth. Next foul, Westville is going to put Comets into a single bonus too. And Rand's free throw good.
Comets once again pulling up their defense, trying to get like a steal in there.
They've got to force some turnovers at this point. I mean, they've got 7 minutes, just over 7 minutes left to play. I wouldn't call them out of it, but it's going to be a hard-fought battle to claw back at this point of the game.
I mean, it's not impossible,
nearly forcing an over and back right there.
Oh.
I'm going to let you... Oh, they let Laquan Wilson drive. He was a little off on his shot, though. Comets with the rebound. I've got to say, the Comets have really, really started getting better at picking up those rebounds.
They've really gone for it, and They won it. Long three for Lau, and it's good.
And then Comets calling a timeout. Well, we'll be back in a moment. You're watching Comets basketball on RTC TV4.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 6:28 left here in the fourth. Caston on a slight scoring run here.
So far, they haven't scored at all, have they?
I don't think that Westville has scored in the last several minutes.
Oh.
And another
Cade
turnover there.
Yeah, so far they've really just sped up their game. The Comets have started driving hard. We see Cameron Klein back in the game. Hopefully
Klein's going to have to be careful. Rans from just outside the elbow, off the mark.
And Rans with that foul. He's trying to just pick it out of his hands.
That's his first.
Oh, then he's good.
He got 4 more of them and 6 minutes to spend them.
Honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't had more than that. I mean, he's a good player. He just likes to put his hand there just to see if he can, maybe get this steal.
30-second timeout called by the Blackhawks.
And Blackhawks calling a timeout before the ball can go out of bounds. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. This is RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank, online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back. And we actually just missed Cam Klein's 5th foul. He'll be taking a seat, and Joey Spinn's going to be going out in his place.
This is a very hard-fought game for him. I mean, he shouldn't be hanging his head. I mean, yes, he did just foul out at the beginning of the fourth, and that's hard because now you have to sit and watch.
And know that, maybe I could have made a difference.
But, I mean, he was in there. He was digging for the steals, and, it was a hard-fought game.
Well, the other thing is, too, is that his foul just allowed Josh Hannon or Jaron Hannon to break the scoring drought that the Blackhawks have been under. Nice fast passes here. Into Rans in the paint. Dishes it down to the post. Shanelob gets 2.
Shanelob definitely having to fight through a few hands for that. I mean, more than maybe a few, but he really just went up, powered up through them.
They're going to call that foul on Elliot Bogart. That's his 4th. We also have Carlin Young sitting out there with 3 fouls. So
number 23 going back out for the Blackhawks. We'll see what happens this quarter. I mean, maybe something will happen.
I've got to say, I think judging by the officials' response earlier, DeChantel was probably pretty close to picking up a technical.
Oh, yeah.
Shanelob with the and 1.
But, I mean, at any sign of unsportsmanlike conduct, it really just biases the refs against you, and that can hurt a lot. They can call unnecessary, unwanted fouls easily.
Ooh, a 3 there by Woods. That's off the mark.
We haven't seen a 3 from
the
Blackhawks
quite
for a while.
Kind of surprised that Rans wasn't called for a charge there. 3 for Luke Lau.
It is now a 10-point ball game. at one point we were down more than 20.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they've come back.
Yeah. Well, we've had a full timeout called. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for more Comets basketball on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 5:04 left in the ball game. Caston has whittled it down to a 10-point lead. And
10-point ball game.
That's it, yeah.
Hopefully we can see a few steals in here and no one picking up fouls. I mean, that'll also hurt us.
Right, absolutely. If you just send a good shooting team to the line, you're giving them free points, more or less. Woods with that drive into the paint, and he puts it in for two.
They're really
quick
rushing
across
that against the line.
Oh, and Spence saving that.
Back.
I'm amazed at that.
I mean, he was so quick to retrieve that, too.
Zyder driving baseline, kicking it out to Spin. I thought he's going to put it up for three. There's Lau for three.
Oh, just
and
off.
Just a little shy.
Travel. Oh, my. Wow. Calling that a travel. I mean, I didn't see anyone really.
Coach is over here just flabbergasted. Sending it in to Shane Lobb. Hands it over to Rands. Lau for another three, and that one was
good. The Comets really just picking it up. They're not giving up. They're fighting through this. They want it.
Absolutely. They've whittled this down now. It's a 9-point ball game. Woods up against Joey Spin. And if he thinks that he gets any kind of pass by having a JV player guarding him, he's wrong.
That was a great steal by Luke Lau. He, around the back, kept that in bounds.
Almost lost it sending it over to Joey. That's all right. Joey got a hold of it, sent it back to Lau. He's going to send it into the paint to Rands. Dish it down to the post. And we had a clean swat there by number 23.
Wow, how ironic.
He's I feel like he is gunning for Shane Lobb now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just the animosity. It'll just build up.
Yeah, it will. And then that could send Hunter to the line for a few free shots there. Sending it into Rands. Dribbles baseline, kicks it out to Lau. Lau looking for his play. Up to Spin at the volleyball line. There's Lau for three.
Oh, just off. No Comet really going for that rebound there.
Yeah, I mean, that was really poorly done there.
Just turning that over. Wow. I'm surprised they didn't call Lau for a foul. I mean, he was pushing off a little bit, but when he actually did turn it over, there was no one around him.
It looked like a behind-the-back pass, though, to the coach.
I mean, whatever works, right?
Woods riding the hip of Rands there. Zyder, one dribble, sends it up to Lau. Zyder not getting an open shot. Lau has one, though.
Three.
And it's good.
It's good. Luke really stepping up with those shots. I know I said earlier.
And we're going to have a foul called here. I almost thought they were going to call that a travel.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, the foul came from Joey Spin. I mean, he tripped up number 23. I mean, the size difference, it's just crazy.
Well, once again, when you're trying to get in there and dig for that ball, you're going to pick up some fouls. Ball over to Laquan Wilson, and DeChantel puts it in for two.
still a close ball game. Comets are still in this.
Gonna send it into the paint. There's Lau for an uncontested three, and it's good.
Luke really tearing it up there from the three-point line. I mean, we haven't
5-point
seen
game
that so far.
And we're gonna have Luke drawing the foul there, though.
23 getting another layup in and going to the line for an and one.
I don't think that basket counted.
Oh, it didn't?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So we'll send, I think he'll be at the line for 1 and 1. And he makes that first one, so he gets 2 anyway. He's 3 for 3 from the line here. DeChantel is a good shooter. He just got to. Oh, I say as he misses that one. I'm okay jinxing the other team. He just has to watch that temper when,
yeah,
you know,
I mean,
when you
he's
get wrapped up.
That
Sending it into Rands in the paint. And
drawing another foul out there.
I think that's going to be called on 44, Chris Sherwood.
No, number
12, Jace Woods. That's his third.
We haven't seen Woods put up a 3 in a while. I mean, they haven't put in as many threes as they were in the first.
No, I'm actually interested to look at that shot count there. Rand's off the mark on that first free throw.
Second one, good
that was
for
good.
Rand.
Seriously though, where was this fourth quarter Comets team the whole game, Aubrey? Because if they'd have played like this from the beginning.
I don't know what suddenly changed because, I mean, before they weren't giving them the threes. They could just shoot over them.
Right.
But, I mean, now it's just still a
Woods
hard-fought ball game.
driving in.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
That
and
was a
Rand's
hard
going for
foul.
Rand's going for the stuff and found a nose instead.
Wow, that was, I mean, he just came right down on him.
What happened was Woods was going for that double pump layup,
yeah.
and so Rands was trying to block that first one, and with that pump on it, just caught it in the nose.
Looks like the ref has something to say. I don't know.
Maybe Woods trying to ask for a flagrant off of that, or
I don't know.
first shot a little off the mark. Second one was good. 6-point ball game with 1:51 remaining. Shane Lobb dishing over to Spin. We got Zaid in the corner for three.
Oh. Such a soft shot. I mean, Lau really pulling him down on that foul.
Number 4, Luke Lau, his fourth, team ninth.
Luke has 4. That could really change
That could
the
be a
ball
game changer.
really
Absolutely.
quick. I mean, he really came in clutch with those threes, and
Woods at the line.
he's really racked up the fouls too. I mean, he didn't really have very many until the 4th.
Shot off the mark there for Woods. Zider in double coverage, sends it over to Rands. Rands is going to pick up this foul here. He's going to go line 1-on-1. Foul's on number 12, Jace Woods. He's now sitting on 4.
Rance was really commanding the floor right there. I mean, he passed it to Cade and made sure Cade had another pass open. I mean, he really called for it and then drew out the foul. I mean, that's a good leader. And it's good.
First one's good. Rock Wolf going to give Luke Lau a break here.
Wyatt Brummett coming in for Cade.
Rock Wolf in, Brummett in, and Bogart in.
Ball inbounds here to Laquan Wilson.
Oh, that's a foul on Shane Lobb.
That'll be Shane Lobb's third.
See, the problem with the press is when they break it and they go up for that
Right,
layup.
then
I mean,
you're
that's
struggling to
where
get
we're
somebody
picking
there.
up those fouls.
Number 20, Young at the line. For 2 shots.
We've definitely had a lot more fouls in the third and fourth than we did in the first half. I mean,
There was almost no spin on that ball.
looks like we'll be sending Zyder and Lau back into the game.
Second shot off the mark.
Rand's almost getting that rebound, just going right out of his hands there.
Number 1, Preston Lincoln. Drummond.
Looks like Davis is actually saving Lau and Zyder for the offensive play.
That could
and
well
sending
be.
in Rockwolf and Brummett just to play defense so that
you
Lau
don't.
doesn't pick up another
We're
foul.
gonna have a foul here on Rockwolf.
Jesse Rockwolf.
Refs are calling these fouls pretty quickly. I mean, just a moment of contact and not letting anything slide, which makes sense with the aggression that we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of things pick up between players, and you have to get tighter on that, or things can actually get out of hand pretty quickly.
Shots up, just a little off the mark there for Woods.
I think Woods has missed more free throws than he has threes.
He has. He absolutely has.
And that's kind of ironic, honestly. I mean, you would
Right.
normally make more free throws than threes.
Shots up, and that one was good.
Comet's still in the ball game.
Lau looking for the dish. He sends it over to Joey Spin.
Ooh.
Spin back up to Lau. He gets his hands on it. 6-point ball game. Just over a minute left. Rand's down to Shane Lahub at the post. Shane Lahub getting stuffed.
Shane Lahub that's happened a lot to him so far. But I don't know if it's because he's getting pushed or because sometimes he can go up with a lot of strength and get it through about 5 hands.
Yeah.
Long three.
And we've got a Westville rebound.
Foul on Mike Rands.
Fouls on 33, Mike Rands.
That's his third. I've got to say, though, looking down under the basket away from the ball, there's a lot of hands, a lot of holding going on, and taking advantage of the fact that the ref's attention is going to tend to be at the ball. And we have Woods at the line again. First shot off the mark.
Usually when he makes the first one, misses the first one, he makes the second one.
All right, well, Comets calling a timeout. We will be back after this word from our sponsors. You're watching Comets basketball on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. 52.7 seconds left in this ball game. It's been very exciting here in the fourth. Westville still up 61-55. And with the way that this fourth quarter's gone, I would not discount 6 points.
No, anything can happen. I mean, we've definitely outscored them in the second half.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I noticed that some of my second half turnover stats, I was putting quarter 4 and quarter 3. And, well, you know how I get during the fourth quarter. It gets exciting, and I miss a turnover or 18.
And that's a common theme we've seen. I mean, the first and second quarters have been slow, and, like, you know, nothing's really happened during them.
Right.
And then it come out in the third and the fourth.
But
and
you can't call a 20-point lead in the first half nothing, though.
Well, no.
It wasn't it wasn't the most exciting basketball to watch, but Rand's going into the paint for 2.
But, there was not very many fouls.
Right,
Ooh.
it was a clean first half. We're going to have a reach-in foul called on Mike Rands there.
But
that'll be his 4th, and he's definitely got to be careful because he's been instrumental in this.
Yeah. We have a few comments actually sitting in very bad foul trouble.
Lau in foul trouble, Rands in foul trouble, Shane Lobb with 3. And then they sent DeChantel to the line, who's only missed 1 free throw tonight.
And we already have Klein out, so, we're not necessarily running short on people, but key players that have made a lot of points so far.
Right. Spin across the midcourt, sends it over to Zeider. Zeider to Shane Lobb in the corner, back up to Spin. Gonna dish it down baseline, and Shane Lobb getting stuffed again.
And that will be Shane Lobb's 4th.
He's got to be getting frustrated, and I think part of the problem is he's not used to not being one of the tallest 2 guys out on the floor.
But, what I noticed was he'd get caught up with number 23, getting stopped down at the post. He'd go up, but then number 12 came up, and he was actually the one who stopped him. Stopped the shot from flowing.
Well, once again, an athletic team out here. They've got the vertical.
Mm-hmm. And, this was a close game. It's just we've sent them to the free throw line so many times that it's changed the course.
Especially here recently. Shane Lobb spinning, sending it out to Spin for 3.
Oh, just
and
over.
A little too hard there.
Jump ball.
I think that was the first jump ball we've had all game.
Yeah, because the one that would have been a jump ball in the first
There's a timeout called. Oh, yeah, there was a kick, and then I was thinking of that one where we thought Rands was tied up for a jump ball, and he had sent it over to Shane Lobb. And 1 second, that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Final score, 66 Westville, 57 Caston. Well, I'm going to run some stats, and we'll be back after a few words. You're watching Caston Comets basketball on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Nutrien Ag Solutions is the world's largest ag input retailer, offering all of your crop input needs. Stop by our location just east of downtown Fulton or give us a call anytime. Online at nutrienagsolutions.com. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. Please support our local sponsors.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana High School Sports. they're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am just finishing up on a couple of counts here, and I'll have some post-game numbers while we wait for Coach to come up and join us.
It was definitely a lot closer in the end than I thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah.
I mean, during the first 2 quarters, it seemed like it was getting pretty ugly actually.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, Luke Lau earlier, Don King said he had 7 threes.
Yeah, he had 7 threes, 21 points. He was the unofficial leading scorer for the Comets.
I mean, and he made most of those in the 4th quarter. I mean, that was huge.
Absolutely. Well, final percentages here. Comets 9 for 24 from 3-point territory, 11 for 23 inside the arc, and 8 for 12 from the free throw line. Ended up though 21 fouls, and those were instrumental in the Blackhawks' victory. They ended up, the Blackhawks that is, ended up 9 for 19 from the three-point line. They went into the locker room at halftime 8 for 13. So they made 6 attempts and only made 1 three-pointer, completely different from what we saw in the first half.
In the first half, they
were 8 for 13.
Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy.
So ended up 12 for 18 in 2-point territory, and 15 for 23 there from the free throw line. So 17 free throws given to them in the second half, and they made 11 of them. And then they ended the afternoon with 16 fouls. Turnovers-wise, Comets had, fourth quarter got blown there because I lost track. Comets something around 13 in the second half, and Westville had 15. So, again, kind of a close game for turnovers. Definitely the second half belonged to the Comets. Unfortunately, they'd given up such a lead there in the first half. When they went to the locker room, it was Westville 40, Caston 20. So for them to end the game with a 9-point deficit, honestly, is pretty incredible. And had they played, really it was the second quarter, I'd say. The second and third quarters. Because the first quarter, they kept it within a 1-point ball game for almost the whole quarter. Mm-hmm. Comets came out and scored first even today.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what Coach has to say when he comes up. I know that he is waiting, or he's doing some post-game breakdown with the guys in the interim. Comets are going to have a couple of days of rest, and then they will have senior night here at the Crater Tuesday, where we will be hosting the Winnemac Warriors. That'll be a 7:30 tip-off, so we will go on air at 7:25, and hopefully we're able to catch the senior night activities. I know with the girls' game, it was done very early after the JV game for Allie Weezy, and we weren't able to broadcast any of that. So if all goes well, we will have senior night televised on Tuesday, and if it doesn't, as always, we're going to give our shout out to Mark Smith, Levi Lau, and Sydney Moon, our senior manager.
Our manager.
We don't talk about the managers often, but our athletic programs don't work without our student managers. Speaking as a coach myself, I know that my cross-country managers were instrumental in letting me focus on coaching and not with getting somebody here, getting somebody there,
Yeah, I mean, they
writing
do a
this down,
lot more
writing
that
that down.
you don't see.
Oh yeah, so much behind the scenes stuff. It's kind of like, well, like with our camera operators here. The folks at home, they watch the athletes play, they listen to us, and if the camera's where it's supposed to be, you never think about the fact that there's somebody there making that happen. And with Drama Club, you don't think about the people behind the scenes who are getting the sets set up and helping people get costumes changed and everything. So just want to say thank you for all those support people out there who make everything happen, and they're kind of the unsung heroes.
But I want to add on to the Comet events coming up. Next week is National FFA Week, and the Caston FFA will be hosting their annual hog roast on that Friday. It is 11 to 1. It is open to the community. We recommend that anyone comes in that wants to enjoy some fresh pulled pork. All the FFA members will be there. We would love to welcome you into our ag shop. You can just come to the school and we'll show you where to go, where to eat. It's a good time, very community oriented, and we would just love to see you all there.
Absolutely. So. Once again, that is this coming Friday. That is February 22nd from 11 to 1. And since I'm not thinking too hard about it, today I can remember the school's address is 9815 South State Road 25. We are just 3 miles south of Fulton, Indiana, right on the highway. Come in, you're going to go around, park near the rear, and probably you're going to see a line of people hankering after that pulled pork. It's good stuff. I've enjoyed it every year. I'm going to actually place at least 5 to 10 pounds of my current weight on the FFA's annual hog roast. I'm kind of surprised it's taken Coach Davis this long to come out.
Yeah. But there's a lot of things that, he could hit on. I mean, there's a lot of good and bad. They did a lot of good things when they did a lot of rebounding tonight. That was a lot better than, that we've seen in the past. And, he can also talk about the turnovers we made. There was a lot of passes that, they were good passes in the moment, but maybe just a few seconds too late. Right. So there's just some nitty-gritty things that he could be hitting on before a senior night coming up.
Right, absolutely. And the fact is that you don't want to beleaguer a point. You don't want to make somebody feel like they're being kicked when they're down. But by the same token, when it's fresh is the best time to talk about it.
Yeah, everyone is thinking of the game, and everyone's mind is still in it. I know after a loss, I'm just I'm out of it in the sense that, I don't really want to talk about it, but it's something that needs addressed that we can work on later.
Right, because the things that are said now while it's fresh, they're going to stick with the guys, and then when they come in on Monday for practice, they're going to be ready to work on those things.
Yeah, and I feel like, each game they improve on something a little bit more.
Right.
And
we've seen the improvement in rebounding, for instance.
Yes.
Do they still give up rebounds? Yes.
Yes. Everyone does.
But they've gotten a lot better. Like you commented, Rockwolf chasing his own shot.
Yeah. Even when it did fall, he thought maybe it's not going to fall, but he was going to go and he was going to be sure to get that rebound.
Well, and that's something I see a lot. Not just in Comets basketball, in basketball in general, you see a three-point shooter especially. They take that shot and they start doing that little skip walk backwards.
Oh, yeah, that's a common thing.
And now the other thing is when you're 33 feet away, yeah, maybe you should have a teammate at the post that you're going to be counting on for that. But by the same token, you take that personal responsibility that, hey, I'm going to go in after this, and it'll either drop or I'm going to do my best to get my own follow-up shot.
Mm-hmm. And rebounding is huge. That gives you a second chance, a chance for them to not get the ball. You can get a layup, and that was also something that kind of hurt us was they had a bunch of layups that just went in, and then we drew fouls.
Right.
But then we didn't get the rebounds from their free throws.
Right. I see Coach Davis coming out of the locker room now, so we'll have just a couple minutes as he makes his way up here, and then I know you'll be back with me for the sign-off, Aubrey.
Yep.
Just a couple technical difficulties here, folks.
No, that's my fault. I just got to figure to flip it over.
We're going to blame Aubrey, Coach.
Yeah.
You are flawless in our eyes at RTC4. Well, Coach, welcome back to the table. I know you were just here a few hours ago last night. You said that this was an athletic team. You said that the guys had their work cut out for them. And I was, first and fourth quarters, I was super, super impressed. And then there was, especially that second quarter, things kind of fell apart. What's your take?
Yeah, I think, early we let the shooters get comfortable and didn't get in their space. They got really comfortable early on, something we talked about shooters last night too. And we got to do a better job of setting the tone of getting their shooters out of rhythm and running at them and making sure we're in their space. And, I thought they got off to a really comfortable start. We scored it well early. In the second quarter, I thought we were a little stagnant, and we needed to use more ball fakes, shot fakes to move the defense, and didn't score it the way we needed to in the second quarter. Third quarter was pretty even, and I think we were down 21 going to the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
If that sounds right, and we just talked about that first 2 minutes getting the lead, cutting into the lead by 5, and just kind of slowly working it that way, and we cut into the lead by 5 in the first minute and a half, and then continued to kind of chip away and got it down to, I think it was a 4-point game at one point. I know we had the ball a couple times with the lead under 6, and we hit some shots in the fourth quarter, but it seemed like when we got it down to that 5 or 4, we seemed to come up empty in a possession. They hit some free throws. They hit enough free throws down the stretch to close out the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to say, Aubrey and I were amazed. You were talking about their shooters getting comfortable. What we were saying, though, up here, I never would think that, they're pulling up between the rings. I need to chase that down. I was just amazed with their Woods, that he was draining those threes at the percentage he was from back at the volleyball line and down on our state logo on the ground. And then in the second half, though, whatever you said to them in the locker room during halftime, they did it. They held the Blackhawks to 1 3-pointer in the second half. So I imagine that you guys are going to have a pretty strenuous workout on Monday, getting ready for senior night Tuesday. What's Winamac looking like this year, Coach?
Winamac is extremely skilled. One of the most skilled teams we'll see on the schedule, and they have guards all over the place and some post players that just do a really nice job of being in the right spot on both ends of the floor. And they're another team, like we talked about with LaVille, that you make the slightest mistake and they make you pay for it. So we're going to have to be really sharp on Monday on both ends of the floor. It'll be a great challenge. All
right. Well, Coach, thanks for coming up. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you on the floor Tuesday afternoon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this afternoon. It's been a good afternoon of basketball. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We hope you'll join us again on Tuesday. Until then, I'm Blair Zimmerman. I've been joined by Aubrey Degg, had Gavin Hickle on the camera, and you've watched this on RTC TV4.